Hello, the internet, and welcome to another episode of me playing Diablo. This is one of my other level 70 characters. I have a witch doctor here. I'm just going to quickly go over her build or his build, I guess, before we do a time trial on a Greater Rift for you. So I have a bonus to cold damage, fire damage, and zombie dogs. Nothing particularly great, but I do have a high crit. And I'm using gems that increase my pet damage and chance to kill an enemy to cause explosion. Not that great. Key thing to my whole build, though, is my homunculus, which is every 4 seconds I get a new zombie dog. It's pretty important to my build because I don't actually summon zombie dogs normally, but I have 5 of them. So for the actual build, I'm going with Spirit Barrage, which is shoot spirit bolts as it goes. I'm doing the mana back per hit because it's cold damage. I have Haunt, which haunts 2 enemies. Deals weapon damage over time, and if they die, it'll move and haunt to someone else. And that's what my rune on that one is, that it sends out 2 things. Sacrifice. I can get plus 20% damage done for 5 seconds after using Sacrifice. Since I have 5 dogs, I can sack them, all 5 of them, to keep it up. And the last 5 seconds, and I get a new dog every 4 seconds, I can keep 20% buff up all the time, which is pretty awesome. And then Spirit Walk, which is a speed boost. I move fast for 3 seconds every 15 seconds. It's pretty good. Then I have a big cooldown here, which is Fetish Army, does big cold damage around me, and then little guys come out and fight for me. And then I'm Gargantuar, which is currently I'm using the cooldown version of him, which I'm actually going to go ahead and switch. So I'm not going cooldown build right now. So we're going to go ahead and switch him over to cold, which just gives him a cleave ability that hit multiple enemies. This character used to have a bonus to fire damage, I think, is why I still had that there. On my passives, I have higher damage but higher mana cost. I have additional zombie dog, and my movement speed's increased by 30% when I'm not in combat. Additional zombie dog, and the damage of zombie dogs in Gargantuar are 50%. And Rush of Essence, where I get spirit back every time I use Haunt or Spirit Barrage. That's my build. You about ready, Robert?
Yes.
Okay, he's going to play his Crusader, who just hit level 70. So we're going to do a time trial so we know exactly where we need to be. You know have a time trial?
Damn, it takes my lowest level one. Oh well.
Okay.
I was trying to pop in my 17 one to use my higher level piece, so that's okay.
Trial begins in 3, 2, 1. So my main thing is I try to get my Spirit Barrage out to people. I try to keep my explosions up where I can. I just try to keep everyone haunted. My number of pets down. And then I fill with Spirit Barrage. With time trials, I try not to use my big cooldown unless it looks like it's going to be really close. So later on in the trial, it'll be more likely for that to happen. Went in and popped my cooldown this time. This is usually the first person to start having problems. We still have a lot of time there, actually. Not too bad. story. Okay. So we got a 7. Again, Robert just hit 70, so I'm not terribly surprised. So we're talk to Auric, get it closed. And we're going to open up the 7 rift. You can't. Just use your 7.
One time you learn how to one.
Embrace your power, and you will survive.
Alright, so the thing about greater rifts is they're kind of speedruns. They are speedruns, actually. You see where the bar from the regular rift was? There's a timer this time. So while we still fill it up like we did before, there's also a thing on the bottom where the time automatically fills. So we have to kill things faster than the timer goes up, basically. Luckily, Robert has a ridiculously fast run ability. Added on to my 30% movement speed I already have. Shouldn't be too hard at all. Now, one thing about this build is I don't really have a mana dump, so I don't run out, I just never am low on mana, period. I could switch my main attack so it costs more mana. So basically, wouldn't use the rune mana back, but then it wouldn't do full damage, so it actually would end up being less damage overall. If I had a bonus to fire instead of cold, maybe there's a pretty good damage rune for that. Another thing with greater rifts is because they are more speedrun. You usually don't have much problem with enchantments, so like arcane and stuff aren't that dangerous for the most part.
Until you start getting to the harder rift.
Yeah, until you start getting to harder rifts, which you will eventually. Maybe we just suck at time trials because we always seem to start off with the easier rifts and then progressively get harder. Just like regular rifts, these are random. Now they're built. Movement speed increases are very important for greater rifts, though, because if you go down the wrong path, it can really hurt your time running back. We're doing pretty good so far. And we still want to be as high as possible, that way we have the most time to beat the boss. Rares like this do actually give you more points, basically. So the little black orbs you see drop, more time. An achievement for Beastmaster West March, but I think it's just seeing all the enemies. Since I didn't play in story mode, I'm not guaranteed to see all the enemies. So the skeleton bug is really bugging your stream now. Kind of really creepy on my screen right now. I faded. And we're doing pretty decent on our time. The thing I like about a lot of the legendaries that they had both before and after seasonal is the amount of builds you can build off of it. Like sometimes it's like that offhand I have that you're like, oh, I can build an entire build off just a single item. then at the time it's like, oh, this is bonus fire damage. I should build a fire build.
Like, and a lot of the legendary ones weren't like that anymore.
Yeah, they had what was called Loot 2.0 with the patch a couple months ago, I guess. Now that really helped that out a lot. Was it the expansion patch?
I don't know. I think it was the one right before the expansion.
Yeah.
Like the free expansion patch.
I do apologize if you can't hear Robert. We haven't done a lot of testing and recording how it sounds next to us. Jeez, I move so effing fast when you use that. Ridiculous. To have my 30% movement and your bonus move.
I'm thinking movement speed. So, yeah.
There's some repairs. Just wondering. So one thing I like about this build is I kind of have a second resource I have to keep track of in regards to my pets. I actually need to look, make sure I'm not sitting at 5 pets. Because in addition to their damage boost, they also just really do a lot of damage. The sacrifice for this. So I definitely don't want to sit too many pets. It's one of the reasons why Robert's speed boost is so great right now. Normally it only lasts 3 seconds, but he's using a passive right now that increases it by 5 additional seconds. So it lasts a lot longer than it was originally supposed to. Now you can see we have a lot of time, extra time on here right now. So that's good. I mean, so it'll definitely make the boss a lot easier. Yeah. So whenever we beat the boss, you have 2 options. You can either upgrade your stone, or you can upgrade one of your legendary gems. Depending on how fast you are about your clear, the upgrade to the stone can be really huge. By really huge, I mean like a couple levels rather than just one. I think we've had what, a 5 increase before?
I don't remember. I think so.
5 was, I think, is probably the most we've ever had. We'll see how much we get here. We always prefer to upgrade our stones before we upgrade our gems. Because if you fail to do it in time, then your gem's the only option you have. So we'd rather keep our greater rift run first. Ooh, set belt and a gem.
I got a mace.
Here's what I was talking about. You can either upgrade your rift stone to 10, so 3 for us, and plus 3 for us, or you can upgrade a gem. We're going to do the rift stone. Now, let's see what that... First, we did find my gem. Here's what Robert got. He got the Neanderthal, which I've already had before, so I didn't need it for transmog. We always try to trade stuff that's transmoggable. I don't think belts are they?
No.
Crim's buff Bulwark. It's a dex build for Demon Hunter. Gain 25% run speed. The effect lost for 5 seconds after taking damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's actually pretty decent. I don't have a Demon Hunter, but
Dibs?
do you want it?
Maybe. See if it's any good for my Neanderthal.
Alright, if you didn't want a Neanderthal, I was just going to disenchant it anyways.
Okay.
Alright, so that's the Greater Rift. We're going to head back to town, get rid of some... Ooh, that's the increased primary skills by 25% gem, which is pretty good. But we're going to go ahead and vendor out and maybe run another rift later. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.